Well, I guess I would say that the biggest challenge we've had has been just the shift in culture of getting a sense of urgency and moving on major projects that we have going. And probably the biggest success we've had in that span of time, probably 12 months, we remediated our State of Ohio Computing Center. So our primary data center, we needed more power. We took walls down. We made it more efficiently heated and cooling and all those kind of things, and getting all the IT assets down to a single floor of our data center. So we're making progress as we go forward, but I would say that's probably the largest impact that we've had. That's all sort of, from my vantage point, is communication, number one, making sure that we're getting the information to the right folks in local government. A lot of that's through contracting, so we can do enterprise contracts that local government can buy off of, but they have to know about them, number one. And we have to understand what their requirements are, so that communication piece is a big deal. I'm very sensitive to local government because you set an expectation that the state is going to do something, and we have to go through quite a few hoops to move things. So their timing of issues and when they're trying to get things done, I'm very careful about setting an expectation that we're going to have something done in a very quick time, because they'll make decisions and stop certain things that sometimes it takes a little bit longer in the state to get those things moving. So try to communicate and get to the right people is probably the biggest thing. Surprisingly, I'm a spatial guy. So my background was really geographic information systems, and I came up through that process. And spatial analysis and all those kind of things are things that are enabling of the business and understanding sort of the trends and things that you can see through spatial technology. Other than that, I think it's probably the advantages that potentially, and I think it's kind of early to tell from a government standpoint, how much value we can get out of big data analytics. I'm kind of jazzed up about that, and the ability to bring in other data sources other than just state data sources to really understand what the trends are and where that's going and how we see that moving forward. There are three major focus areas for what we're doing. One is the continuation and the extension of our private cloud that we're building out through the data center. The other one is shared services, and we have a variety of investments in shared services and shared investments in those things, and I need adoption. So we're driving adoption, and before an agency thinks about building a new application, I would like them to look at the investments that we've made and the opportunities that we have already made and modify to address that adoption. And the third one's online. So we'll have a lot of focus trying to get to make sure that the programs that people are signing up for from a citizen standpoint are the ones that they know about, number one, the ones that will be beneficial to them, and having it almost like Amazon, where you go into a program and hear three other programs that people were interested in this program, would like to look at this program. The Ohio Business Gateway is another one that we're working on revamping and making it easier for businesses to do business with the state of Ohio, as well as businesses to relocate into Ohio. So we're making some major trends there. We have a variety of agencies that have mobile applications that they're developing. My concern is that we'll develop 26 different platforms or 26 cabinet agencies, and so we're putting on a strategy on what's the best approach there, because rather than 26, I could probably live with 3 or 5 and springboard those applications, because I see mobile applications and the development of those mobile applications being sort of an enticer for a younger workforce to come in and get people in to start to think differently in how state government works. Well, we have a variety of things that we're putting out on the edge. We have SIM in place that allows us to do some logging and tracking and make sure that we can block the appropriate things. Not quite where we want to be yet, but we're still working through it. And you think about cybersecurity, and I think probably 5 years ago we might have seen something maybe once every 3-4 months, maybe once every 6 months, and now it's like twice a week kind of stuff. So we're very diligent. We have centralized our security, and we're trying to create an enterprise posture on the security side so that we know where we are, what we have, what's at risk, and what vulnerabilities that we can address as soon as possible. Well, in a variety of ways. So we're really, I mean, the private cloud is a component of what we're trying to do, and we want to be able to broker cloud solutions. So part of it goes back to the portfolio management of those particular services. The software as a service we see as a significant springboard for us to be able to get applications and quickly, which is part of the key. Government sometimes takes a little bit too long to move through those things. That drives, you know, the upfront planning, and the requirements have to be gathered and all those kind of things to make sure that we're creating a springboard for those applications. Platform as a service is another one. We'd like to look at brokering those so that we have 3 or 4 different commercial options perhaps, and an exit strategy if something happens in one, that we can get the data, we know where the data is, because some of that data is sensitive as well. So we all put through all of our cloud solutions, anything that's out there under our contracts, are vetted through our security team, and they make sure that the data is safe and all those kind of things.